Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay. I want to teach you lesson one, moments. The last child. Okay?
सर खत्म हो गया।
क्या है खत्म तो देख सेकंड चैप्टर पढ़ा दें। चलो ओके।
नहीं सर।
हाँ
सर
भूमि
पहले
कुमारी।
हाँ गुड मॉर्निंग बोलो ना। कौन चैप्टर पढ़ा दें, लेसन टू की लेसन वन?
अरे हाँ यही लड़का वाला के बाहर
क्या हुआ?
यू के
9F की बात कर रहे हैं हम।
हाँ उसे हमारे चेंज किया होगा,
चलो
गया होगा।
यस सर।
लेसन वन पढ़ा दें फिर से,
पढ़ा दीजिए।
परीक्षा में आ
पढ़ा दीजिए
जाए।
सर।
हाँ गुड आफ्टरनून। देखो तो द लास्ट चाइल्ड, पेज 1. There is a small boy. He went to the fair with his parents, and in the fair he was lost. And then, first of all, he wanted to buy toys, sweets. But now, when he was lost, one gentleman was giving all these things, sweets, toys, but he did not want anything. He wanted only parents. He wanted only the love of the parents. See first page. A child goes to a fair with his parents. He is happy and excited and wants the sweets and toys displayed there. Two things he wants. So many sweets were there, barfi, jalebi, peda, and so many toys were there. He wanted that. But his parents don't buy them. First of all, the parents are saying, no, no, just it is the beginning. Wait, wait. So why then does he refuse when someone else offers them to him? Because he wants to love. He wants the parents. देखो पेज पहला पैराग्राफ से शुरू कर रहे हैं, फिर से पढ़ा रहा है. It was the festival of spring. Spring is a season. And which festival is here? One is here, Mela. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys. Alleys means also passage, veranda. Emerged means came out. A gaily means brightly, happily. Clad humanity, clad means clothed. There was a fair, all the people are going to the fair. Some walked. How the people are going to the fair? Some people were walking, some people were riding the horses, some people were sitting in the bullock carts, and they were going to the fair. One little boy ran between his father's leg and one small boy. He was also there. He was running with the parents. Brimming over with life and laughter, the boy was very happy. Life and laughter is a phrase, it means over energetic. He was excited. He was full of energy. Page number 2. Come, child, come, called his parents. Parents were saying, yes, child, come. As he lagged behind, but he could not go. He was lagging behind means he was not fast. He was slow. Fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined the way, and so many toys were there. That is small boy. Abhinay, you are listening? Manya, कोई बोलो ना. Are you listening? चलो वीडियो बना कर. उत्कर्ष,
यस सर।
are you listening?
यस सर। यस सर।
Yes. Page 2, paragraph 3. He hurried towards his parents. That boy was running behind the parents. But sometimes he stopped when he saw the toys or anything. His feet obedient to their call. He was obedient boy, but something was there on the way in the fair. Those things were attracting him. His eye is still lingering on the receding toys. Receding means giving up. Again, so many toys were there. Lingering means waiting. That small boy, he was searching the toys. He wanted to buy the toys. But who had the money? Parents had. So he was requesting the parents. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart. What was his desire? To buy the toys. Even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes, to see the face of his parents, he knew that parents did not want to buy the toys and other things, just like sweets. I want that toy, he pleaded. Pleaded means requested that he wanted the toy. His father looked at him, red eyed. His father was very angry. Red eyed means in anger. In his familiar tyrant way, tyrant means dictator. Father was so angry when boy was saying that buy the sweets, buy the toys. 1 minute, I'm making the fan on. When the boy was saying, requesting to the parents to buy some toys, parents were very angry. His mother, melted by the free spirit of the day, was tender. But mother was kind. Melted means became kind, soft. She wanted to give something, but really the money was with the father. So she was showing some other things, natural beauty. Giving him her finger to hold, said, "Look, child, what is before you?" She was catching the finger of the small boy and she was showing the field, mustard field. It was a flowering mustard field. She was showing, see how beautiful is this field. See this beauty. He wanted the twice, but mother wanted to show the
सर
beauty.
आवाज
हाँ, आवाज नहीं जा रहा है अभिनव?
नोट से ब्लर
हाँ, आवाज जा रहा है? एक छोटा बच्चा
जा
मेरे,
रहा है।
हाँ ठीक है ना, चले आगे बता पढ़ावे ना।
यस सर।
चलो चलो ठीक है, देखो सुनो। The small child wanted uh, to buy toys, but parents were not ready to buy the toys. So, gold as it swept across the miles and miles of even land, that boy wanted to buy the toys, but mother was showing the field, mustard field, mustard in Hindi sarso. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gadi. Gadi means soy. Bustling means crowded. Purple means so many butterflies were there. And dragonflies, butterflies, the boy wanted to catch them. Intercepting the flight of lone, a black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. That boy, he, okay, that was the network problem. Okay, listen. So that boy was catching the butterflies. The child followed them in the air with his gaze. Gaze means look, fixed look. The boy was running behind the butterfly till one of them would still its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it. The boy was playing. The boy wanted to catch a butterfly, but it would go fluttering. Fluttering means flying. Flapping. Flapping means also flying. Movement of the wings are called flapping. Up into the air when he had almost caught in his hands, he wanted to catch the butterflies. Then his mother gave a cautionary call. Cautionary means to make careful. Come, child, come on to the footpath. Mother was saying that don't move here and there. Don't catch the butterfly. Come on the footpath. He ran towards his parents gaily. Gaily means happily. Real word is gay. Gay means happy. That boy was very happy. Mother, father, they were not buying the toys. After that also, to see the beauty of the nature, to see the fair, he was very happy. And walked abreast of them. Abreast means side to side. For a while, being however soon left behind. Again, the boy was lost anywhere. The boy was, one boy has come on the mall. Okay, I have admitted. The boy was catching the butterflies. He was running behind the parents. Okay. He was catching the butterflies. He ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them. He was walking side by side. Being, however, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out. Teeming out means full of. From their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine, so many butterflies came in the sunlight to enjoy the sunshine, and this boy was very happy. He wanted to catch a butterfly, but he could not catch. Then he wanted to buy the toys. He wanted to buy many things. 1 minute. I want to see. Okay. The calm child, calm, his parents called from the shade of a grove. Grove means garden. Grove means group of trees. Where they had seated themselves on the edge of a well. There was a well. In the meaning of well is kuma. Edge means border side. Parents were sitting there and they were waiting for the child. He ran towards them and the boy was running behind the parents. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove, and forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. There were so many flowers. The boy was catching the flowers. But lo is short form of look. Lo means look. He heard the cooing of doves. Cooing is the sound. Dove is a kind of bird, smaller than the pigeon, but just like looking pigeon. And ran towards his parents, shouting, "The dove, the dove." The boy was very happy to see the birds. He was crying, he was shouting, "Dove, dove." The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands, and from his hands, the petals means the flowers which he was catching, he was having, they were falling down. Again, parents are saying, "Come, child, come." They called to the child who had now gone running in wild capers. Caper is a kind of flower buds, small flower. Around the banyan tree, there was a banyan tree. In the meaning of banyan is burger. And gathering him up, they took the narrow winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard field. There was the field, mustard field, and through those field, the boy was going to the fair, and parents were waiting. Page number 3. As they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths full of throngs. Throngs means crowds. Converging is meeting at one point to the whirlpool. Whirlpool is a place where many things are mixing. Of the fair, now he came, you can say, at the middle, in the middle of the fair, that boy came and felt at once repelled. Repelled means rejected, and fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. For the first time in his life, he had seen so many things in the fair. So he was confused. First of all, he saw the toys. Now he saw some sweets. A sweet meat sellers hawk means sold. Gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi. One sweet seller was selling the sweets. At the corner of the entrance, and a crowd pressed around his counter. At the foot of an architecture of many colored sweets. Sweets were of so many colors. And the boy was watching them, but he had no money to buy. People were there. So many people were going there in the fair, decorated with the leaves of silver and gold. And all those sweets, they were very beautiful. Decorated means beautified. With the leaves of silver color, gold color, sweets were there. The child stared, open-eyed, and his mouth watered for the barfi. The child wanted to eat barfi. That was his favorite sweet. Barfi was the favorite sweet he wanted to buy. But the boy had no money. He was requesting the parents. But parents did not buy. Now he will be lost. "I want that barfi," he slowly murmured. Murmured means talked very slowly. But he half knew as he begged that his plea means request, would not be heeded. Heeded means paid attention. Because his parents would say he was greedy. He knew that he could request for the sweets, but the parents could say, no, no, he was greedy. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. Without the answer, he was going on. A flower seller hugged a garland of Gulmohar. First of all, he saw the toys, then he saw the sweets, and now he saw the flowers. A garland of Gulmohar. Garland means in Hindi, mala. A garland of Gulmohar, the child seemed irresistibly drawn. Drawn means fascinated, attracted. Irresistibly means that cannot be stopped. He went towards the basket where the flowers lay heaped. Heaped means collected. And half murmured, the boy wanted to buy the flowers. I want that garland. He was not speaking properly because he knew that parents would be angry. But he well knew his parents would refuse to buy him those flowers because they would say that they were cheap. And he knew that parents could not buy. They could say that this is cheap things. It is not useful for you. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. Again, he saw the flowers and he was moving on. Moving on means going forward. A man stood holding a pole with yellow. There was the other man. He was selling basuri. Red, green, and purple balloons flying from it. There was a balloon seller. The child was simply carried away by the rainbow glory of their silken color. Balloons are of so many colors. The boy was attracted. And he was filled with an overwhelming desire to possess them all. Possess means keep. He wanted to buy all the balloons. But he well knew his parents would never buy him the balloons because they would say he was too old to play with such toys. He knew that parents could not buy. Parents would not buy the balloons. They could say that you are a small boy. Don't take interest in this. So he walked on further. Again he was walking. Now he will see the snake charmer. Hindi meaning of snake charmer is sapera. A snake charmer stood playing a flute to a snake which squared itself in a basket. What the snake charmers are doing? There is a basket. There are two baskets. And they are keeping the snake in the basket. We saw the snakes. Its head raised in a graceful bend like the neck of a swan. And that boy saw the snake and the snake's hood. That was beautiful. While the music stole into its invisible ears like the gentle rippling. Rippling is the flow. You can say wave of an invisible waterfall. And the snake charmer was making a sound with his bean. The child went towards the snake charmer, but knowing his parents had forbidden him to hear such coarse. Forbidden means not allowed. Coarse means rough music. As the snake charmer played, he proceeded further. So first of all, what he saw, he see the network connection was very poor. Okay, listen. So again he was going there. There was a roundabout in full swing. And there was a roundabout. Roundabout means chauraha. Men, women, and children carried away in a whirling motion, shrieked and cried with dizzy laughter. All the children, men, women, they were laughing. The child watched them intently. Intently means very attentively. And then he made a bold request. First of all, he was afraid to request. Now he was requesting the parents. I want to go on the roundabout, please. Father, mother. Again he was saying, there was one swing, you can say chula. And there, the boy wanted to play. First of all, what did he see? He saw the toys, then he saw the sweets, then he saw the garland, flower, then he saw the snake charmer, then he saw the swing, chula. Now page 4. There was no reply. His parents were not giving any reply because he was separated from the parents. He turned to look at his parents. Now he was looking the parents. They were not there ahead of him. He turned to look on either side. Both sides he was looking. He could not find his parents. They were not there. He looked behind. There was no sign of them. Parents were not looking anywhere. It means he was lost. A full deep cry rose within his dry throat with a sudden jerk of his body. He ran from where he stood. Now he was weeping, crying. crying in real fear. Mother, father, tears rolled down from his eyes. Now he was crying, weeping. Heart and fears, his flushed face was convulsed with fear, panic striking. First of all, he was very happy because he was with the parents. Now he was very sad, he was very much afraid because he was separated from the parents. He ran to one side first, then to the other, hither and thither. Hither and thither means here and there. It is old English, hither and thither. In all direction. Now the boy was running in the fear. He was searching the parents, knowing not where to go. Now he was confused, where he should go, where he should not go. Mother, father, he wailed means cried. He was crying, mother, father. His yellow turban came untied and his clothes became muddy. His turban was opened, his clothes became dirty. He was searching the parents, but parents were not there. Really, that boy was lost in the fear. Having run to and fro means here and there. In rage means anger. After running for a while, he stood defeated. First of all, he was running to see the parents, but at last he could not see the parents, so he was defeated. His cries suppressed into sobs. First of all, he was weeping, crying, and now he was taking long breaths. Sob means hichki lena, sisakna. A little distance on the green grass he could see through the filmy eyes, men and women talking. He saw so many people, they were talking. He tried to look intently means closely, attentively, and among the passage of the bright yellow clothes. He saw so many people, they were having the yellow clothes, but there was no sign of his father and mother among these people. He wanted to see his parents, but he could not see, who seemed to laugh and talk just for the sake of laughing and talking. And now the people were laughing and talking, and he was weeping. Why he was weeping? Because he was separated from the parents. He ran quickly again. Again he was running to search the parents. This time to a shrine. Shrine means temple. To which people seemed to be crowding. The people were making a crowd near the temple. Every little inch of space here was engrossed with men, congested with men. Congested means crowded. So many people were there, but he ran through people's legs. He was a small boy, so he was running through the legs, from the middle of the legs of the people. His little sob lingering, mother, father. First of all, he was crying, weeping. Now he could not cry and weep. He was only saying, mother, father. Near the entrance to the temple, entrance means gate. Near the temple, near the gate, he was going and he was crying. However, the crowd became very thick. The crowd was so much. Thick means dense. In Hindi, there is a word khana. Men jostled each other. Jostled means pushed each other. There was a big crowd. People were pushing each other. Jostled each other, heavy men with flashing, murderous eyes, and hefty soldier. Hefty means healthy. So many types of people were there. Some people were healthy. The poor child struggled to thrust a way between their feet, but not to and fro. To and fro means here and there. To and fro by their brutal movement. Brutal means cruel. Some people were very rough. Some people were good. He might have been trampled underfoot. He was a small boy, and there was a big crowd, so he could be crushed under the feet of the people. Had he not shrieked, but he was crying, so people were watching that, oh, this is a boy. At the highest pitch of his voice, father, mother. Only he was crying, mother, father, father, mother. A man in the surging crowd, surging means moving, heard his cry. There he was a gentleman. Stooping with great difficulty, lifted him up in his arms, and that man took that boy in his arms. You can see the photo on page 5. How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you? There was a gentleman, he was asking a question. That, whose baby are you? Why you are crying? The man asked, he steered clear of the mass. Steered means directed. The child wept more bitterly than ever now, and only cried, I want my mother. The boy could not speak. He was only saying he wanted his mother, he wanted his father. The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. That was a gentleman, was a good man. He wanted to make that child happy. He came to the roundabout. Roundabout means chauraha. Will you have a ride on the horse? Now the man wanted to make that child happy. He was asking a question. Do you want to ride on the horse? He gently asked. As he approached the ring, the child's throat tore into a thousand shrill sobs and only shouted. First of all, he was weeping. Now he was sobbing. Sobbing means taking long breath. And he was crying, I want my mother, I want my father. First of all, he was crying, I want toys, balloons, sweets, flowers. But now he wanted parents. Page 5. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swing cobra. Listen to that nice music, child. There was a snake charmer. He was playing on his music, and that gentleman was saying, listen this sound. He pleaded, listen to that nice music. But the child shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double-pitched state. First of all, he was crying. Now he was sobbing, and he was crying. He wanted mother and father. I want my mother, I want my father. Only this sentence he was speaking, that he wanted parents. 10 minutes more I will teach you. I want my father. The man took him near the balloons. There were so many balloons. First of all, he wanted to buy them. But now he could not, he had no interest in those. He had interest only with the parents. So thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract means deviate the child's attention and quieten him. Would you like a rainbow colored balloon? That gentleman was asking a question. Do you like a rainbow colored balloon? He persuasively means making agree. In Hindi, fuslana. Asked the child, turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed. The child was only taking a long breath. First of all, he was crying, weeping. I want my mother, I want my father. Only these things he was saying. He wanted his parents only. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Said, look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put round your neck? That gentleman was asking a question, and he was saying, would you like to buy a balloon, garland? Now page number 6. The child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated. Reiterated means repeated. His sob, I want my mother, I want my father. He was saying only one thing, that he wanted his parents. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. He took him to the sweet shop. What sweets would you like, child? He asked. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and said, I want my mother, I want my father. This story tells that the parents' love is above than anything. Parents' love is more valuable than the sweets. Some questions are there. What are the things the child sees on his way to the fair? Toys, sweets, flowers, insects, balloons, plants. So, why does he lag behind? Because he was watching the beauty of the all things. In the fair, he wants many things. What are they? Sweets, flowers. Why does he move on without waiting for an answer? He knew that the parents would not give him. When the child realized that he has lost his way, how have his anxiety and insecurity been described? He was afraid. He was crying. He was alone. He was suffering from loneliness. Why does the lost child lose interest in the things that he had wanted earlier? First of all, he wanted the toys, but he knew that the value of parents are more. Values of parents are more than the toys. What do you think happens in the end? I think he finds his parents. Does the child find his parents? I think yes. अब इस कहानी को हिंदी में बता देते हैं। एक छोटा बच्चा है, मेला जाता है घूमने। वो खिलौना चाहता है, मिठाई चाहता है, पेरेंट्स लोग नहीं खरीदते हैं। बच्चा खेलते खेलते भुला जाता है। बाद में एक जेंटलमैन उसको देखते हैं, उस बच्चे से पूछते हैं कि तुमको चलो हम खिलौना देते हैं, टॉयज देते हैं, लेकिन उनका काम कोई सब नहीं चाहिए। आई डोंट वांट एनीथिंग, आई वांट ओनली द लव ऑफ द पेरेंट्स। अंत में कहानी को बीच में ही समाप्त कर देता है, पेरेंट्स से मिलवाता नहीं है, कहानी का एंडिंग आपके हाथ में दे दिया। आप सोचिए कैसे इसका एंडिंग, ये कहानी है। इसके बाद सेकेंड चैप्टर एक है रस्किन बॉन्ड का लिखा हुआ, द एडवेंचर ऑफ टोटो। टोटो एक मंकी है, और एडवेंचर का मतलब साहस होता है। इसमें पेट एनिमल के बारे में बताया। लेसन 2, मैसेज इज बी केयरफुल फ्रॉम एनिमल्स, एनिमल्स आर वेरी मिस्chievous. Here 3 characters are there in this story. One is Toto, a baby monkey, male monkey, and one is Nana, pet donkey, female है, and grandfather. The grandfather of the writer Ruskin Bond is lover of the animals. He had so many pet animals in the house, and he is sometimes disturbed also because the animals are disturbing. Page number is 7. Grandfather bought Toto from a Tanga driver. See, have you ever had a baby monkey as a pet? Toto is a baby monkey. Let's find out whether he is a mischievous or docile. He is very mischievous. Grandfather was love.
डॉक्टर में कितना था?
क्या
ज्वाइन
समाप्त
कर
कर
लेता है।
दें? अभिनव क्या क्या बोलता है? Grandmother bought Toto from a Tonga driver for the sum of 5 rupees. In 5 rupees, grandfather bought one animal, monkey, Toto. The Tonga driver used to keep the little red monkey tied to a feeding trough. Trough is a tub. And the monkey looked so out of place there that grandfather decided he would aid the little fellow to his private zoo. There was a monkey, his name was Toto. Grandfather wanted to buy that, and he bought also. Toto was a pretty monkey. Pretty means beautiful. His bright eyes sparkled with mischief. Sparkle means shining. Beneath the deep-set eyebrows and his teeth, which were a pearly white, were very often displayed in a smile that frightened the life out of elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. And that monkey, Toto, was very mischievous. But his hands looked dried up as though they had been picked in the sun for many years. The hands were not beautiful. His face was good. Yet his fingers were quick and wicked, and the fingers of that monkey Toto, that was very rude and very fast. And his tail, while aiding to his good looks, grandfather believed a tail would aid to anyone's good looks. His tail was beautiful, also served as a third hand. That tail was working like a hand. In the examination, there will be a question. What is the third hand for that monkey? He will say the tail. He could use it to hang from a branch, and it was capable of scooping up any delicacy that might be out of reach of his hands. Toto was very mischievous monkey, and he was using his tail also as hand. Grandmother always first made a sound when grandfather brought home some new bird or animal, and when grandfather brought any animal, any new bird, grandmother was very angry because there were so many animals in the house. So it was decided that Toto's presence should be kept a secret from her until she was in a particularly good mood. Grandmother was very angry on the animals, so they hid this news. They did not show that Toto to the grandmother. Grandfather and I put him away in a little closet. Closet is a locked cupboard opening into my bedroom wall, where he was tied securely, or so we thought, to a peg. Peg means nail, screw, fastened into the wall. That Toto was separated from the grandmother because grandmother did not like the animals. A few hours later means after, when grandfather and I came back to realize Toto, we found that the walls, which had been covered with some ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now stood out as a naked brick and plaster. Walls were very beautiful. The Toto was mischievous monkey. He had rubbed the walls. The peg in the wall had been wrenched. Wrenched means pulled from its socket, and my school blazer. Blazer is a kind of cloth. In the cold season, the students, we are also wearing a kind of coat, which had been hanging there was in shreds. Shreds means broken pieces. I wondered what grandmother would say, but grandfather did not worry. He seemed pleased with Toto's performance. Toto was very mysterious man. He had filled up all the painting of the wall. He is clever, said grandfather. If given time, I am sure he could have tied the torn pieces of your blazer into a rope and made his escape from the window. Grandfather was very happy. He said that Toto was very intelligent man. He can run away. He can use the blazer of the writer as a rope. His presence in the house is still a secret, and grandmother did not. Only the grandfather and the writer. Two people know that there was a monkey in the house. Toto was now transferred to a big cave.